Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this June the 13th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Tuesday out there so far. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. Also have a great Tuesday afternoon as well. And also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we'll talk about the watches, warning, and advisory map. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today, Wednesday, and Thursday, as we do have more severe weather to talk about all week long. So if you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. And let's dive on into your forecast. Okay. We're going to start down here in the southeast. We got severe thunderstorm watches in effect for southwest Georgia, the Panhandle, Florida, southern Alabama. Also got a few special weather statements and severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for central and southern Alabama. We got a special weather statement there for portions of Mississippi. That's for a severe weather statement. We also have a severe thunderstorm watch also in Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and eastern Texas. We got some ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings going in that vicinity there as well. We got a special severe weather statement for southern Oklahoma. We got heat advisories for central and southern Texas there as well. Also some wind advisories for southeast Illinois, southern Indiana, northwestern portion of Kentucky. Special weather statements have been issued for relative humidity value, and also maybe some fire weather statements there as well for portion of Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. Also got some river flood warnings still in effect for eastern South Dakota, eastern and southeastern portions of Idaho, also west central and western portions of Nevada, and southwestern portions of Arizona. Got some air quality alerts there as well in Arizona. Flood advisory, flood warnings in effect for, flood watch and a flood advisory also in effect for eastern Colorado. Hydro issues also in effect for portions of northeast Nevada. Got some wind advisories and also some red flag warnings in effect for portions of Washington State and also northern Oregon. Also, we got some gale warnings on the central and south side of the Hawaiian Chain Island. North side looks good. Got some special weather statements and some flood watches in effect for north and central portions of Alaska for today. Let's take a look at the weather radar across the nation. As you can see, we got a low pressure system spinning up here across Michigan, producing some showers. Maybe around the Great Lakes, Indiana, back in Ohio there as well. Also got some shower and thunderstorm activity down here in portions of Georgia, all the way through Alabama, Mississippi, back into Texas. In Louisiana, Alaska. Also, Guam radar is currently unavailable, and we got some rain and snow over portion of Colorado. Got some scattered rain showers over portion of Arizona, Utah, and northern Oregon and eastern Washington State. Alright, now let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today. Excuse me, I had to get some water. Also, it's fixing to refresh too, so that's good. Alright. As you can see, we got general thunderstorms up here in Michigan, also back into Indiana, Ohio, and also back in the portion of Pennsylvania, New York State, also northwest West Virginia, central South Carolina, back down into the Florida Keys, back to Texas, all the way back to California, northern California, back into eastern Washington, Oregon and Washington State, also back into portion of western Montana, much of Wyoming and Colorado areas there. We have a marginal risk for southern South Carolina, all the way back into portion of Colorado, down into central and eastern Texas, back to the northern portion of Florida, including the Florida Panhandle. Also, we have a slight risk for southern South Carolina as well, all the way down into the northern portion of Florida, all the way back through Louisiana, eastern Texas, all the way back in the portion of the Panhandle of Texas, and also in Oklahoma. And if you're in the marginal risk, this includes Jacksonville, Florida, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Atlanta, Georgia, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, Birmingham, Alabama. Slight risk include Montgomery, Alabama, Shreveport, Louisiana, Columbus, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi, and Tallahassee, Florida. Enhanced risk does include Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Plato, Texas, and Garland, Texas. The tornado probability for today, 2% over in portion of the Panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma. Also over in portion of central and eastern Texas, all the way into Mississippi and Alabama. This includes Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Plano, Texas, and Garland, Texas, and all the way over towards southern Alabama there as well. Wind probability with 5% across southern South Carolina, all the way back into portions of southeast Colorado, back into central and eastern Texas, back to the Panhandle of Florida, northern Florida, southern South Carolina, through Georgia, all the way back into Texas. 15% for you guys. 5% include Jacksonville, Florida, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, Birmingham, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama. 15% include Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Plano, Texas, and Garland, Texas. And the hail probability for today, 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow. The yellow slashed area there, that's the significant hail. Also over here in portions of North Texas, 30% over in Central Texas, that's for severe hail. That would include a significant severe hail would be Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Plano, Texas, and Garland, Texas. Also, 30% include Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Plano, Texas, Garland, Texas. 15% include Montgomery, Alabama, Shreveport, Louisiana, Columbus, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi, Tallahassee, Florida. 5% include Jacksonville, Florida, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Atlanta, Georgia, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, and Birmingham, Alabama. All right, here's a look at day 2 outlook here. You can see we got general thunderstorms in Maine all the way back into Pennsylvania. We got a marginal risk up here in portions of Connecticut down towards the Boston area, New York area as well. Marginal risk to the Carolinas back in the portion of Oklahoma, Northeast Texas, back into Florida. We have a slight risk to southern South Carolina, back into Arkansas and Louisiana, through Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Enhanced risk there as well, from Georgia back into portions of Louisiana. And general thunderstorms, like I said, from the Outer Banks of North Carolina all the way to California, all the way up to Montana, portions of South and North Dakota, Kansas, and Nebraska as well. Also northern New Mexico, Arizona, northern Texas as well. If you're in enhanced risk, this includes Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi, Albany, Georgia, and Dalton, Alabama. Slight risk include Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, Huntsville, Georgia, Alabama, and Savannah, Georgia. Marginal risk include New York, New York, Jacksonville, Florida, Memphis, Tennessee, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, and New Mark, New Jersey. Tornado probability for your Wednesday, 2% to green, 5% to brown. 2% include Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, Sandy Springs, Georgia, Macon, Georgia. 5% include Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, and Albany, Georgia. Winds, 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow, 30% in the red. 30% include Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi, Albany, Georgia, Dalton, Alabama. 15% include Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama, Savannah, Georgia, and Sandy Springs, Georgia. And also 5% include New York, New York, Jacksonville, Florida, Memphis, Tennessee, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, and Newark, New Jersey. Hail probability, 5% in the brown, 15% in the yellow, red is 30%. The red and yellow slashed area, that's a significant hail will be. This includes Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama. Sorry about that, folks. It's still up. It's still updating, refreshing the information. So, okay, Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi. 30% include Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi, Albany, Georgia, Dalton, Alabama. 15% include Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, Savannah, Georgia, Sandy Springs, Georgia. 5% include Memphis, Tennessee, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, Shreveport, Louisiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Huntsville, Alabama. And finally, we're going to wrap it up with the Storm Prediction Center for day number 3. This will be your Thursday outlook. This is standing from general thunderstorm, standing from Maine all the way down to the Florida Keys, all the way back in Louisiana, all the way back in the portion of California, Nevada, and Utah, also in the port of Montana, back over in the portion of North Dakota, all of South Dakota, western portion of Minnesota, through Iowa, back down to Missouri. Marginal risk down in across northern Florida, through the Florida Panhandle, southwest Georgia, all the way back into Alabama and Mississippi. Also over here in eastern Colorado, southern Nebraska, all of Kansas, northern Oklahoma, and southwestern Iowa. If you're in the Cardinal, probability is 5% in the brown. This includes Jacksonville, Florida, Omaha, Nebraska, Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas, and Lincoln, Nebraska. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, and consider subscribing. Love to have you, and we will catch you back in the next video.